Hell yeah. All right. Well, we're having fun. You guys still having fun?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. This next comic's also coming down from the Seattle area. Make it loud for Courtney Brennan.
Courtney Brennan, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Let's go, Courtney. Let's go.
We could drive through the city, no doubt, but don't say my car's topless. Say the titties is out.
It's okay. The blonde part of me forgets who I am, too. How's everybody doing? Awesome. Okay. There any gentlemen out there? Okay. That's fine. I always think like the gentlemen's are always wondering about me. You know, does the carpet match the drapes? The answer would shock you. Do you guys know that old riddle, what's black and white and red all over? It just depends on what time of the month it is. Thank you. That's like a really old joke of mine. I think it's very classic. I like to call it a period piece. Yeah. So I did used to live in Portland. I moved to Seattle for work, but you know, before I moved to Seattle, everyone in Portland warned me that people in Seattle were gonna have a stick up their ass, and y'all were right. But I think it's a little bold because people in Portland have a variety of things up their asses. Portland, you guys are so kinky. Once a week, I'd ask a random stranger to fill me up, and they never gave me a discount on my gas when I added daddy to the end. But they did like it. No, I used to, I moved to Seattle for work. I work in fashion. It's just a fancy word for retail. I was asking this lady the other day, I was like, what are we getting dressed up for? She's like, it's going to be a crazy party. There's going to be athletes. There's going to be sexual tension. There's going to be cash everywhere. And the Portland in me was like, what strip club are we going to? And she was like, no, it's a bat mitzvah. So that just made all of my birthday parties look like a hate crime. You know, because like my 13th birthday was just me and this twiggy boy in a closet for 7 minutes. And 7 minutes later, I exited the closet. And 7 years later, he came out of the closet too. I had a better job before. I used to travel for work. It's very glamorous. It is the worst parts of traveling, and then it's work. But the best part about traveling for work, you know, is that they give you per diem. Do you guys know what per diem is? Yeah, it's money for food, and I learned the hard way you cannot spend that money on the essentials like drugs and alcohol. You have to spend it on food. I am a snacker with a hard R, and I could never spend all of my per diem. I did have a coworker, he started traveling for work, right? And he goes, I spent all of my per diem. And I was like, what did you spend all of your per diem on? And he was like, I bought 5 pounds of almonds. And I was like, why did you buy a dog food sized bag of almonds? And he was like, because almonds are expensive. And he had a point, but I couldn't stop thinking, why didn't he buy pistachios? So I never slept with him again. Because he had ED. He was really bad at nutting. Are you bad at nutting? Relatable. So I am single again by choice. Not my choice. I have a protocol when I'm single. I download all the apps. I download Tinder, I download Bumble, and I download Hinge because I can scroll through the delicious snacks all day. And if you're old and you don't know what I'm referring to, snacks are what we're calling hot people. And real snacks, we're calling them little treats, and that is what's destroying the economy. I have been burned by the apps too many times, not in a chlamydia type of way. So I have a new protocol. I download some different apps. I download Uber Eats, I download DoorDash, and Postmates, because I can scroll through those delicious snacks all day, and those ones won't disappoint me. Like, for instance, like when I was on the apps, I did match with a homeless guy. I was really excited that he didn't live with his mom. Normally, though, when you like someone, they give you butterflies. Everyone's had butterflies. This guy gave me worms. I also matched with a tooth gem technician, which I didn't know was a career path because I grew up in the South. They do not have enough teeth down there to sustain that as an industry. Another way I was burned, I matched with a bunch of polyamorous people. Do you guys know what polyamorous is? Yeah. Well, that was a really hurt, yeah. I get it. And like if there's any old people out there, polyamorous is just swinging, but full time. Instead of keys, they put their bus passes in a bowl. I think the rise in the polyamorous lifestyle is directly correlated with the fact that nobody in my generation can afford a house. Because you can't call me a home wrecker if you ain't got a home for me to wreck. I think another reason, though, is because my generation, we grew up on MySpace. Do you guys remember MySpace? Yeah, that's where I learned how to manipulate 8 people at a time. And back then, you know, we called it the top 8. But now I think that they would call it the bottom 8. Because my generation really likes to get our bottoms 8. I'm a little salty. I was ghosted by a polyamorous person, and it did feel just like when I didn't make the volleyball team in high school. Just a bunch of bisexuals who were better at handling balls than me. I digress. Okay. I gotta get off soon. I do want to let you guys know some really fucked up shit. I grew up in Florida. It's a very progressive place. Florida was not the punchline. Florida was not. It is a very progressive place. We had one gender-neutral bathroom in Florida. It was the ocean. And that kind of makes what BP did a hate crime. They passed a law in Florida where you legally have to use the bathroom that you were assigned at birth, which I always thought was a diaper. And they're halfway there because all the old people are already in diapers. Do you guys want to hear a dark joke? All right. You said yes. So growing up in Florida, I went to a majority black high school. That's not the dark part. Our pep rallies were sponsored by Hennessy. It's okay. It was a Florida school. Most of the students were of drinking age. We had a lot of school spirit, and I thought we had the most school spirit. Until Parkland happened. Now they have way more spirits than us.
Oh, shit. Goddamn.
My dad said that joke is in poor taste. And I was like, I like the taste of dead kids in my mouth. That's why I swallow. Thank you, guys.
Oh, my gosh.